Greg, last year you had generated $1.5 billion in advertising, in revenue last year. I would like to understand if the consumer is willing to see advertising while, I don't know, watching a movie, for example.
Well, I would say the best part of our entry into the advertising business has been to give more consumers on the planet the ability to access the library of content that we have at a lower price point, because they think that actually a lower price point plus ads is a better option for them. You mentioned film. It's a great example. Like we actually do just advertising at the beginning of newer films, so we don't break up that film. So we're trying to be, it's just one example of where we're trying to be thoughtful about the content, experience, and balance, essentially giving the viewer a great entertainment experience while supporting the brand and the brand's need to tell their story, and so that we can actually balance the advertising revenue with the subscription revenue.
And that advertising is like focused on each consumer of it.
You mean targeted and personalized? Yes. I mean, it's a really good point, actually, because you have the old world of television advertising. You know, you have some amazing, we've all seen commercials that have, made us laugh and things like that. So it's a very fun way to tell brand stories. But there was no targeting. There was no personalization. Everyone got the same ad. Digital, of course, has the ability to personalize, to target, to measure. So now we can bring these two worlds together and essentially bring the best of both worlds.
Greg, thinking about the Brazilian scenario, you had an impact of taxes matters last year.
Yep.
It was deeply discussed. I'd like to understand how it is to operate here in Brazil, a market that is so important to you. But I'd like to understand these difficulties. Of course, if we think, for example, the tributes you pay here.
Yeah. Well, I'd say every country is different, right? And every country has opportunities and challenges. But, maybe just stepping back, we're in an office that we just spent some time building out here that we hope will serve us, in Brazil for, decades to come. We've built more capacity here to handle growth. We've actually grown the number of employees we've had in Brazil by 20% in the last year, because that's the kind of commitment we have to the country and to work with the great storytellers that come from Brazil. So, I'd say we always work with the governments as well. We want to be positive contributors to the communities that we operate in. And, partly that means paying taxes. That's a good thing. We want to do so in a smart, predictable way. And so our job is to, have a discussion with the government and make sure that we're both getting what we want.
Well, it's good to pay taxes, but I don't know if so many taxes, how we pay here in Brazil.
Well, yeah, I mean, partly you want to be the right amount. Partly you want to just get sort of predictability so you can plan for them and, understand what's going to happen. And so I'd say, this is something we got to work through. And partly what we're trying to do is make sure that the government understands we contribute every day. I mean, last year we employed 12,000 people in Brazil on the productions we did. In over 30 cities over the last 3 years, we've done productions around Brazil. So we're super excited to grow that, do more of that. And we just want to make sure that the government understands that's part of our investment and part of our commitment to supporting the Brazilian culture and Brazilian society.
And thinking about the productions here in Brazil, you have, in fact, invested in productions with Brazilian directors, actors. I'd like to understand this focus. Why do you bet in the Brazilian market?
Well, we think our job is actually to entertain the world, and to do that successfully, you have to work with the world's greatest storytellers. Some of the world's greatest storytellers come from right here in Brazil. And we love working with them so that we can give them the opportunity to tell that story in a compelling way and then find a gigantic global audience. I mean, just one fun example. I don't know if you actually saw Caramelo.
No, I didn't
yet. I would check it out because it's been viewed over 50 million times globally. It was in the top 10 in over 90 countries around the world. That's just one of many, many examples we could cite. Sintonia. We've got a new production going on called Brazil 70, which is going to be amazing. Senna, I don't know if you saw Senna, but these are the kind of stories that we can tell with amazing creators in Brazil, and hopefully do a great job at satisfying local audiences, bring those to global audiences as well. That's super exciting.
The language is not a barrier to that.
Well, I think part of what we seek to do with our service essentially is bring that content in a way that is accessible to different viewers around the world who speak different languages. So partly that might be dubbing. Some viewers prefer to do dub. Some want to listen to it in the original, Portuguese, but then also have subtitles.
Of course.
So, we try and do a great job at that and make sure that we can build the big audience because that content is accessible.